Okay, today I'm going to teach you exactly how we've been able to rank about 15 clients of ours on Google's AI overview within basically the first month. Why is this important? It's basically important because Google's AI overview is taking over a lot of search real estate now on Google. It's really important to understand how these searches work, what prompts Google to actually use AI overview instead of traditional search results, and basically how to reverse engineer the results for your own business. So there's about 5 basic steps that you guys really need to understand on how to rank. And if you guys do this properly, you should see big results coming through within a matter of just a couple of weeks, okay? All right, so number 1, it's really all about the key. Now there's 2 types of keywords that we're looking for, okay? There's something called informational keywords. So those are keywords like, what type of cells undergo mitosis. It's more educational type. You're just trying to learn something that you really just don't have any information on. And basically these informational keywords, they kind of have a pattern so you can identify them. They're usually question-based queries, right? So they start with either why, how, when, where. Where to look for northern lights in Kansas, or why laser hair removal is expensive, or where does laser hair removal work. So that's one bucket of keywords that you have to keep in mind, okay? Then the other bucket of keywords is what we call commercial type of keywords, and these are keywords with high intent. Basically somebody is ready to buy your product or service, and now they're basically looking on Google or on the search engines to basically find the best fit for them. Now, if you have an e-commerce store, for example, an informational type of keyword for something like that would be like how to use X beauty cream, right? Or like a famous brand. More than likely, that's gonna show up for AI overview. There's also sensitive topics requiring expertise, like, such as how to invest in stocks. That's more than likely gonna populate AI overview. Different ways to lower your blood sugar. That's also, stuff like that is also going to most likely populate AI overview. Also something called can I do XYZ. So can I eat fruits to lower my blood pressure? I just want to kind of stick on the same theme here. And basically for something like that, it will most likely populate an AI overview result. So remember, how, why, can you, can I, should you, those types of questions are always going to be populating those types of AIO results, more than likely, okay? But you should always double check. Now we know the difference between informational keywords and commercial intent type of keywords. We know how to look for those types of keywords. Now what do we do? So the next step essentially is we want to make sure that we even qualify. What you want to do is you want to figure out where you're currently ranking. Because if you're not already in the top 15 for those types of keywords or something related to those types of keywords that you want to rank for an AI overview, you don't have a shot in hell for actually showing up for AIO overview. Basically, Google only wants to take sources from already existing authority, right? So if you're not on the page, if you're not on page 1, top 5, essentially the rule of thumb right now seems to be it's a top 15. And if you're not on the first page or if you're not in the top 15 positions for anything, this is just not going to work. You may as well just put your energy into actually first getting on the first page for traditional Google search results. If you are on the top 15 for a few types of keywords, and if they're related to basically that list that you made up, now we have a real shot. Now we can get some momentum going, okay? So first, find out if you qualify for AIO results or not. Now, once you know you do qualify, what you want to do from here is you want to start answering those questions, okay? Basically the keywords that you listed down, you want to answer them on either your service pages or your blog pages. Now, I never recommend blog pages because people just don't go on blogs anymore. They are just asking ChatGPT and now Google AIO. So I wouldn't recommend, you're not really going to see a lot of conversions come from that. But if you do, like say for example, let's just take the laser hair removal stuff, right? Generally, what you want to do is you want to end up over here in this section right here, because this is the section that is probably going to get some traffic. Over here, what they're doing is essentially they're going to, this is answering your question, and more than likely you're not like if you're ranking for here, good for you. It's at least getting you authority in Google's eyes, but more than likely you're not getting a click out of it, because where is the click? First of all, like the average user doesn't even know where the click is, right? And secondly, if they do find the click, then they're gonna find it here. It's really small, and let's just open it up and see. Essentially, let's take this again. What you want to do is you want to end up somewhere in this area right here, okay? This is where all the clicks are gonna go, and this is basically what ranking means for AI overview. Now what you want to do is you want to rewrite your pages based on these types of queries, okay? And I'm going to show you exactly how to rewrite these pages. Okay, let's go into one of our own case studies rather than just kind of doing random stuff. So for these guys, this guy's a realtor, and this is what we ranked him on, okay? So these are the types of keywords that we ranked him on: buyer agent rebate, buyer commission rebate, Colorado, buyer commission rebate. Now remember, so the difference here is these are actual commercial intent type of keywords. And luckily enough, they were actually ranking for AI overview. So let's take a look here, right? That's them right there. So buyer agent rebate. A buyer agent rebate, blah, 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 is et cetera, et cetera. It's essentially picking up this information from this page, wherever this is leading. So let's take a look at the actual page, okay? So this is where it's landing on the page. And look, this goes against everything we basically learned about SEO, because we've been taught to basically stuff a bunch of keywords on these pages or on your blogs. What we wanted to do was two things for our clients. Number one, we want to make sure that we're going to rank for an actual service page rather than a blog page. So as you could tell, this is not a blog page. This is a actual service page, and the reason we want to do that is we want to make sure that they actually convert. AI does not want a long strung out definition on what a buyer commission rebate is, okay? We don't want, I think rule of thumb like 500 words, 1,000 words minimum, and like stuff it with 10 different keywords. That is not gonna fly here anymore. So we actually had something similar to that before. But now what we've done is we basically essentially changed it into one little snippet, super condensed sentence. Basically, we let Google know, hey, this is the definition, and this is what a buyer commission rebate is. And these guys were already ranking on the first page, I think like top 5 or something. And now Google has basically picked up just this little snippet right here, and because we've made it so easy for them to actually pick it up. So the rule of thumb now is, if you do want to rank for these types of queries and these types of keywords, and you want to rank for AI overview, you have to basically make that entire page, if you're trying to answer a query, it has to be done within 1 or 2 sentences, and it has to be very, very impactful and juicy and give the answers as fast as possible. So it totally goes against everything that we learned about SEO before, but this is the new game now if you want to rank for AI overview. So that is the second last step. Now the last step essentially is, once you've rewritten that content for your service pages or your product pages, whatever the case may be, again, I would stay away from blogs, but it's totally up to you if you wanna rank for your blogs. We just find that the conversion rate is super low on that kind of stuff. Now what you want to do is you want to recrawl. Okay, once you've kind of gone through all your product pages and your service pages for all the different keywords, and remember, you already have to be ranking in the top 15 for these product pages and for these service pages. Now what you want to do is you want to recrawl with Google Search Console, give it a few days, and then kind of take a look at the results. If you've done this right, if you've taken all the steps necessary, if you've kind of redefined, restructured your content in a nice punchy 2-sentence kind of way, and you've recrawled it and you're going after the right keywords, then more than likely you are going to start seeing results within a couple of weeks. Okay, you're going to start seeing yourself in AI overview in a couple of weeks. Now we've already done this with about 10 different clients already, and we're still piloting this stuff. Now, and the very last thing is kind of like a bonus tip. Once you're on AI overview, it doesn't mean you're going to stick there. You have to change this content around every 2 to 3 weeks for you to actually stay in those spots. Because Google is looking for the absolute best answers. So if you're showing up for 1 week or 2 weeks for, one type of query, and Google finds out the next week that there's a better answer out there for a different website, they're going to kick you out and basically take that better answer. So you always have to monitor these types of results almost on a bi-weekly basis, I'd say. Make sure that you're still there. If you're not there, then go ahead and start rewriting that content and try and make it even better and make it more optimized. And that's how you're going to stay on top. It is a very labor-intensive process, I'm not going to lie. It is also worth it in the end, because if you do start ranking for the commercial type of intent keywords, that's bound to bring you a little bit more business for your bottom line. And that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'm going to sign off, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Bye.